I want my $2!
Check, 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 check. Okay, we're good. We are good. Turn down the tunes. I do not know why the music's not on here. Let's see. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully good. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. We are in. Did I win? Nah, I was trying to get everything to cooperate. The stuff was not wanting to cooperate when I was setting it up. So I give myself a little bit of a window to make sure all that's in there. The chat overlay seems to be working all right. Yep. Cool. Sound is good. All right. Got that. Let me get the camera set right. All right. We'll just pop him right over here. Move it a little bit. I have no idea where my frame of screen is. Right there. Okay. Alright, see what we got here. We got Houday. Post to the little chat overlay you see there on the left will give you the ability to post little animated pictures, the GIFs or GIFs.
Freeze,
or
go
whatever
first!
And let's make sure I've got everybody's on Stream Elements. Tom Kingery, Furvids. So Tom Kingery, where are you at? Let me make you a mod so you can post. Doesn't look like is it giving anybody any points? I have not seen that yet. I don't know why it hasn't given people points when they came in. That's weird. Action set points, yeah, it should have done it. Well, yes, just got points. Okay, good. Alright. Looks like it's working. Bam, 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 bam. Little emerald. I was working today on a little Michael Jackson doing a moonwalk from like left to right or right to left on the screen. Then my grandson came over, so. Oh. So, I received a package today, and I don't know who it was from. Ron, was it you or no? I got a box showed up with had no name on it. Had my name on it, but it was a box from Amazon showed up. Oh, okay, cool, Ron. Thank you very much. With a whole bunch of folders for. So it's got nickels 38 to 61, and then 62 to 95, and then starting at 96. So there's a set of those. And then we have Washington across. Let me get rid of the pot here. Get out of the way. Yeah, get the scope out of the way. And we had make this a little larger. There we go. Washington quarters crossed into Delaware. It's got that, and the American women quarters up through 2025. Got 1, 2 of those, 3, 4 of those to fill, and then another set of the nickels, 38, 61, 2, and 95. And that's very nice, Ron. Me and my grandson started filling one, and he just started getting a little crazy with it, and I was like, all right, we're done. We got the state quarters, 99 to 09, which would include, I think, the territory quarters. Yep, territories are all there. A couple of the rare ones too. This one doesn't show the actual mintages, though. That one don't. Then we have, let's see, what, 2 of those, right? Yep, 2 of those. And we have the National Park quarters. .2011 Vicksburg, Chickasaw. So this one looks like, let's see here. They give you could do P or D, I guess. Or one hole for P and one hole of them for the D's, I guess. Because it doesn't separate them. It just says 2020 for each. It just gives the date. So I guess you can add, make one book of P and one book of D on those. Yeah, but these the 2012s. There's a couple of lower mintage ones down here in the 2012s. Pretty cool. So I'm willing to bet this box of nickels that I have right here I'm willing to bet we could probably fill 3 of those books with just what's in here. Except for the, you know, the key date 50 Ds and stuff like that. But I bet you one could be filled just with that. And I've got probably a box and a half of quarters I can go through and some nickel rolls to do. So I do have some nickel rolls. Does everybody put a comment in on the comment video so I can pick a winner there? Oh, and yesterday when I started one of my quarter boxes, I actually did find a W quarter. We had the right there in my little bottom American Memorial, pretty decent condition W quarter. Found that. That's pretty cool. And the nickel box I did last night, I found two buffaloes and some weird foreign coin. Didn't find any war nickels. So let's see here. Let's go to the picker. I don't even know if I have a picker pulled up. I had to reboot earlier. Yep, picker is up. Alright. We'll just get it up here on the screen. Good luck, everybody. And this will be for a... we'll do some star note or something out of here. I got some left still in there. So, good luck. And let's do it. 9 plus 3 is 12. Comments, 16. Alright. Good luck to everybody. Of course, you can't see it. Let me pull that chat overlay off real quick. There we go. Good luck. Chew. Is Chew here? Got 1 minute, Chew. Congratulations. As you can see, I gave everybody mods. Everybody's a mod, so don't mess that up for yourself. There he is, man. Congrats. Chew, do you have a preference? Let's see here what your choices are. I've got... That one's pretty beat up. 2017A, 17A, 17A, 17, 13, 13, and a really beat up 13. You just want to grab the best one out of the lot there for you. Probably that one, I would say. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Getting down to the nitty gritty on what I got. I need to start piling back up again. There you go, Chew. Congrats, man. Let's see, I really don't have enough rolls to do nickel mini battles between anybody. I was hoping I did, and the box I opened up last night full of 2024s. So I was like, well, that kind of puts searching that down to nothing. But I do have... I got about a half a box. How many people we have in here? Might be able to do a half a box. Hey, Rebecca King. Let me see how many people do we have in chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'd be 12 rounds right there. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to try this. Let's go to our Nightbot. And we're going to do this. Just going to pull some names and you're doing battle with each other. Easiest way to do it. Alright, good luck. Next. Unique winners, yes. Done. Alright. So, first two doing battle will be Houday. Houday still here? Yep, I see Houday. Oops, let me get off participant. Houday, you're going to have choice left or right. And Wayne Finicum. Houday against Wayne. So, Houday. You know what, I'll just do it. Just don't even have to wait on people. I'll just put your name on it. So we got Houday against Wayne. Alright, that's our first two. Next we have Ron Pierce. Ron versus... Next up, Captain Vic. Alright, next up, Blockus versus... Next up, For Forget-Me-Bot, you can't win. Rebecca King against Black Bacchus. Congrats. Next up, Fervid's Finds against Jolly Roger. Congrats. See, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going Lucky James Eller versus Fleabag. Fleabag, I got a very large package to be sending to you. Good news is I'm almost caught up with everything that needs to go out. So Ron, those two, those two, those two, and those two. And let's see here. Yeah, I think I got enough to go another round. We'll see. Next two will be, hey Lisa D, Tom Thumb. Good to see you. Tom Thumb will be against Don Juan. Alright, so that'll put me at 6. Gonna be cutting it close there. And then when your time to battle comes up, if you're not here, we're just grabbing a name from chat to take your place. And keep on rolling. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Nice to see you, Tom Thumb. Been a minute. I don't think I have anything left to send to you. I haven't seen your name. Next batch going out is going to be, let's see here. Already got them packed up. None of you are in here right now. Joe Minnick, Martin Bowen, Ryan Jensen, William E. I got about 8 more up there, up top. Well, I think one of them's for Dagger upstairs. You believe? Alright, let's do this. And I'll have to get my blank, I'll just have to use a piece of paper and write them down, I guess. First up, Houday and Wayne Finicum. Houday versus Wayne. And then I'll be popping in some giveaways in the middle there. I want my $2. Alright, Houday, you're up first. Good luck. This could be a winner, winner takes all. Like I said, I've had a couple buffaloes pop through. Alright, Houday. So, let's see. Lisa D. Out of these 2 rolls, what's your guess on how many 40s and 50s combined we'll have out of these 2 rolls? If you nail it, you get a star nut. She says 5. That's a high guess. Then I found this one. Looks like snot blowing out of his nose, strike through air. You can see some of the strike through right here. Back of the head. Looks like he's blowing snot out there. I think there's some right here too. Found that the other day. Found a nice, decent 59. D. Decent one. Nice 76. Pretty nice 64. And a 67. Those are part of the finds. Alright. Huday's up first. There we go. Good luck, Huday. Grab my magnifying visor. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what you were doing today, Dagger, during that live stream. I saw you waiting in line for something. I was like, I have no idea what is going on right now. So I was like, well, let me move that scope over here. Just in case we need it. There we go. Alright, good luck, Huday. Lisa says 5. Let me write her guess down. See if she's right. Good luck on that, Lisa D. And then I'll be pulling out, you know, any S mints that are nice. Obviously the airs. There's a die chip air right off the front, right off the top. We have a chip right up there on the dome. Pretty large one. Right there's one. That was easy to spot. They're easy to spot when they're that large. Contact mark on that one. 72. The earlier 2000s, I really don't find many die chips on. I don't know why. It's the 2020s and up that I see a lot of them. 83. I don't think there's not looking good for the 40s and 50s in this first roll, but you never know. 83, kind of looked like one. Another chewed up 83. There's a 64, no Denver. No. 0 in that one. But you do have 1, so you got to beat 1. Wayne Finicum, you got to beat 1 point. Good luck. Let's see what we got. So good to hear you're doing better, Wayne. It's nice to hear. Alright. Good luck. 80s. There's a 70D, it looks like. Yep, D. Maybe this week I'll start filling those books in. There's a 69S, so that's 1-to-1. Wayne, all you need is a little die chip or something. You got a good chance at it. Anything close, like this one, looks like it's got an early. Let's see here. Alright, chat's got to make a call on this one. Is this an early enough die chip state to call it an error? Let's see. Where are we at? See it right there off to the left of the wall, the 2 lines? Early enough to call it an error? What say you, chat? I just pull out the yes because they're not as common. We have 1 yes. Get in there. Point. Alright, we got a point from chat. They say you... I just always pulled out the S mints where they stopped them there in the 69. I don't know, I just always liked S mint coins. Something I started way back when, Fleabag. I just kept going with it. On the 23Ps, you want to look up here on the dome. Good chance there'll be a Woodsy. Let me make you a Copper Owl. What's up, my man? Here, Woodsy. You're set to moderator. So Woodsy, on the left-hand side, you'll see a chat overlay. You will be able to post animated images over there. From a Whitman to a Dansko. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. There's a big old die chip right there. Look at that. Right there at the base of the dome. Very nice. So Wayne, looks like you are moving on. Sorry, Lisa. There were 0 found. All right. Wayne, you move on, my friend. All right. Wayne, winner. All right. Next two, we have Ron, Captain Vic, and Fleabag. How many 40s, 50s do you guess in these two rolls? Captain Vic. I know Ron's here. Is Captain Vic still here? And Fleabag, what's Fleabag's guess? Fleabag says 3. Alrighty. See if Fleabag's 3 guess it holds. Good luck to everyone. Alright, Ron, good luck to you. Yeah, that's the box I did when I was getting ready to go to bed last night, box of nickels. I popped it open, everything looked old. I was like, alright. No new ones in it, it was perfect. Found the 2 buffaloes and that foreign. 77, kind of dirty. 2020. And I'm looking, you know, I just look real fast at the dome sides of the buildings, the front door, just to see. Here's an early, all right, chat, is this an error or not? We got an early stage. Right. You can kind of see the bubble forming right there on the outside of the wall, that dark spot. We calling that a super early stage, or what are we calling that? Point or no point? What say you? Chat will decide. Too early? It looks like there's kind of a crack forming in that doorway too. I'm gonna call that too early. Point, Fleabag. Fleabag says point. All right, early stage. Fleabag's calling it. Early stager. Nerds. 95, 97, 23P. Might be a little chip there on the dome. Let's see. No. Just a mark. Thought we had something. Another 20.
Rambo killed a la 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 doodle yellow bug.
All right, here's another early one. Almost looks identical to that last one, but a little larger. Point or no point? That is super early die chip. You barely see that one. There it is. That one's way early. I'm not calling that one. That one's too early. It was barely a flash. 22. Alright, Ron, 1 point. That's all you gotta beat, Captain Vic. 1 point. Good luck. One point. Let's see what we got here. Looking for potential, looking for the potentials to have. Nope. Who is it? Nope. Let's see if I can get myself a little jiffy going on here. There's tons of funny ones, man. Alright, 86. See that, man, that one kind of resembles like what the old ones look like. That dull gray. 62. Come on. Kind of a darker 2015. Man, we're gonna get some just terrible rolls for these little mini battles. Buffalo for Robert Worley. I think I'm up to like 10 or 11 rolls for him. I think I've maxed out what he needs. 22D. That looks like a contact mark, which it is. Uh-oh. Running out of time. 64, no mint mark. Uh-oh, I think it got saved right there. Let's see here. There's a baby dot chip. Tied 1-1. And all right, so we will do our old favorite game, number 1 to 20. I'm gonna write it down. Captain Vic. All right, 1 to 20. I got the number on the other side. Sorry, Fleabag. Ron, you got first pick. Then up next we have Black Blockus. Ron's 10. Captain Vic says 13. Closest to the number was 4. That's Ron. Ron wins. Congrats. Next we have Black Blockus and Rebecca King. Good luck to both of you. And let's let me go up through your chat. Houday doesn't have a roll, right? No, Houday does have a roll. Tom Thumb, Fleabag. Jolly Roger Furvid. Fleabag. So Houday, how many 40s and 50s in the next 2 rolls? Get a star note, guess right. Add these 2 to our pile. What's Houday's guess? I'll write that down. Black Blockus should be up first. Black Block is still here, or no? I want to make sure he's here before I do his roll. Otherwise, I'll pick somebody else's name. I saw Rebecca's name, 1. for Houday. Good luck to you. Is Block is still in chat? Or are we drawing a name for his role? I know, I saw you earlier, Rebecca. That's you right there. There, Block. Just waiting on Blockus. I'll do your role, Rebecca. And if he's not here, I haven't seen him. Okay. There he is. There he is right there. So we'll do Blockus first. There's Rebecca's. Here you go, Block. They said you weren't taggable. There he is. Fleabag with a guess of 1. Probably a good guess. 23p. Probably a pretty good one. Buffalo, Robert Worley. Yeah, not too bad of a 1960. That looks old. What do we got? There we go. There's your one, Fleabag. Right. No RPM. So sorry, no RPM. Alright, Rebecca, good luck. There's the 2 that fell out. All you got beats 1, Rebecca. And right there is a 1946. So, Houday, sorry. 1946. It's tied 1-1. That one popped out right on top. That was an easy one to see. That old UCI to learn. She made out the other night on those mini battle rolls. 2009 War Nickels, Buffaloes. That was a good winner take all. Nope. We might be heading for another tie. What's this? 1940. Rebecca King wins. Around 1940. 1940 S. Congratulations, Rebecca King. Sorry, Block ass. 2 40s in a row. Nice. It's 06. And sorry, Houday with a guess of 1. So, 3 more added to the winner take all. Rebecca moves on. Congrats. Bad guess, bad guess, bad guess. Next 2, Fervid, Jolly Roger. Are they both here? Fervid and Jolly Roger. I see Jolly Roger right there. And Fervid went to bed. Sorry, Fervid. So we will go to the picker and get a name for Fervid. Woodsy, are you in anywhere else over here? I don't think so. Woodsy, you're taking Fervid's place. Is Woodsy still here? Sweet, there you go. Alright. And let me roll up through here and grab another name.
I want my $2.
there. Fleabag, Tom Thumb, Don Juan. Is Copper Owl still here? If Copper Owl is still here, 50-cent coin with Sasquatch on it. Oh, I love it. Sweet. Copper Owl, are you still here? You can guess how many 40s and 50s between the two rolls. I saw your name up there a little bit. That one. Kasude's in. Woodsy. Don Juan's in. Fleabag. Rebecca. Is Copper Owl still here? No. Alright, we'll go on without letting someone take a guess, because I think everybody else that's still here
Freeze, go first!
is getting a guess. Alright, Lisa D, we'll recycle it. Lisa D is still here. Give me a guess, Lisa D. Between these two rolls, how many 40s and 50s? Since you're still here. James, you have a roll right here. You're on a roll. I'm just trying to give people 0. There you go. It's not a bad guess. You're in the next set of rolls, Mr. Eller. Alright, Fervid, which is now Woodsy. Good luck, Woodsy.
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? And then this one is Jolly Roger. Alright. Here we go. Let's get rid of the bot so we can see. Woodsy, you're first. Lisa D, guess of 0. Not a bad guess. I'd probably guess that as well. Got it's at 80, 83. Buffalo, Robert Worley. Come on. There's probably a very good chance of you winning with that 0. Kind of saw something, kind of didn't. And then after this first round here is over, I'll show you a quarter I found. Tons of die cracks in it. I use it as the picture for the chat or the stream. All right, chat. Is this an error or not? We got an early stage. I see a little chip on there. That's an error. That's a point. I see that one. I sees it. DD 61. That's not a 50 or 45 or 40. That looks like another one here. We got. Where's that dirt? I don't know. Let me hit it with a glove here. There's a little something there. We calling that an error, chat? I see a little something right there. It's a chip. We're calling that a chip. That's 2. Nice. 2's pretty strong number for a roll. 79. So Lisa D is still good with 0. And Jolly Roger, here you go. Woodsy. Woodsy with a 2. Here we go. D. That was a strong number to put up. And these are full of 20s, 21s, 22s. Nope. Nope, nope. Looks like there's a start of one there on the dome. Just hadn't formed yet. The lighting, sometimes the LED lighting messes up. I try not to use LED lighting when I'm looking at coins. But I don't know, the glare of them or something is weird. 21. Well, Lisa D, unless that is a... No, that's a 64. I think she nailed it with a 0. And Woodsy moves on to the next round. 72. All right, Lisa D, winner. Woodsy wins. Lisa D was 0. You're a winner. And I don't know what's in here. So let's choose. Let's get you starting out from the pack here. We're all kind of, this is about the end of my pile here, Lisa D. So I'm going to get you the best one out of there. I'd say this one's probably the best one. So Lisa D, winner, winner. Very nice. On that one. Where's my little half set? Lisa D. Congratulations, Lisa. Congratulations, Woodsy. Next up, James Eller, Fleabag. Lisa D with a 0 guess. Congrats. This one's Chew. Congrats. Next up. Hopefully you got enough rolls here. I may have to go to quarters or something to finish it out. James Eller, you're up first. James Eller's still here. And Fleabag. And where are my people at? Let's do so Houday. You were a loser on there, Houday. If you're still here, how many 40s and 50s in these two rolls, Houday? I'll give you a guess. Yes, it'll show up in the on-screen chat, Block Blockus. It should. Nothing bad, please be tasteful, but yes, it should. Let's see here. Because if I paste this one, yeah, it won't show up on the YouTube side. Yeah, there you go. Oh, is that it? Is that the Bigfoot one?
I want my $2!
Sweet. I've never seen that coin. Wow, that is cool. I don't know if I can pull that up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can go into that chat there and open image in a new tab. There we go. Let me see if I can open that one up. Take a bigger look at it. Wow, that's awesome. And it's for the Olympics, Vancouver 2010. Sweet, man. I've never even seen that one. But then again, I don't know much about Canadian currency, but that's pretty sweet. Very cool. Bigfoot. Very cool. Alright, so who's up next here? It's James Eller. Yeah, Fleabag. And then Huday's guess was how many? Is Huday still here? Huday says 1. Alright. Good luck, James Eller. Good luck, Fleabag. Here we go. James Eller's up first. Some environmental damage going on some of these. Just a little bit. Those two go over there to our winners pile. Nope. So that was just searching rolls of halves, huh? I often wonder how these like really nice ones get into, you know, it's like somebody's collection got ripped off. Kind of beat up there, isn't it? I'm gonna weigh this one. I'm gonna get my scale. The rim looks a little weird on that one. Uh-oh, there we go. We got a 1949. 49. James Eller with 1. He is on the board. 2004. Old beat up 73. Buffalo for Robert. I think I might have all 10 rolls or so already made up for him. Vacuum packed and almost ready to go. Looks like a polished 88. 95. Alright, on the board. We're going to weigh that one real quick. $4.95. That's close enough, I guess. Close enough. Fleabag, here you go. Good luck. 62. Another beat up 73. What's this one? 59. 59. Any mint mark? What we got over here? Nothing. Just a 59. 1-1. Still go through these just in case there's another error or something. That was a loss for Huday on the guess. Alright. Fleabag moves on. Congrats, Fleabag. Huday, nothing. Now we have Tom Thumb, Don Juan. Are they still here? If not, we're going to pull other names. Tom Thumb, Don Juan. Experiencing lag, don't know where it's coming from. I think it's good, but we're catching every 3. Okay, let me see here. Let me see what I got open, what I can close. It's saying I do not have any dropped frames. So, I can drop. If the music doesn't bother you guys, I can drop that. That helped last time. Picker I can get rid of. We're not using it. Not using that. I can actually not even have the YouTube side connected. Let me try this. Drop YouTube. Alright. Both here. Okay, good. And so I dropped YouTube and a couple of windows. We'll see if that helps out. It may be this chat overlay may use, because I'm connected to a separate server and it's coming back to 2 of my applications, so that may be causing some of it. So we got Tom Thumb, and I gotta switch pins, and Don 1. And who else do we have in here? Furry Plants and Coins. On these 2 rolls, give me a guess on how many 40s and 50s we will find in these 2 rolls. If you get it right, you win a star note. And I'm making you a moderator so you're able to copy and paste links to do animated images over here in the left side chat. Please be tasteful with everything, and there'll be no problems. And post away. Alright, cool deal. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, we'll do 25 likes after this. So, Furry Plants, give me a guess of whatever you think we'll find in these 2 rolls. And thanks for joining our stream. A little late night shenanigans, I guess. Or if you don't want to play, that's fine. But up first is Tom Thumb. David Carlisle, give me a guess of how many 40s or 50s coins I'll find in these 2 rolls. I didn't get an answer from Furry Plants and Things. I'm searching nickel rolls, Furry. Okay, so if I find 7 combined 1940s and 50s, if I find 7 of them in here, I'll give you a free star note. That's your guess, 7. Kind of high, but hey, you never know. You never know. Tom Thumb is up first. Good luck. I've had rolls like that they just blew out. That looks like one right there. Here's a 1940 right off the bat. Right there, 1940. No mint marks. We got 1 for Tom Thumb. 64D. Loop. No repunch mint mark. Another 64, no mint mark. 81. So I'm looking for furry plants and things. I'm just looking for airs, 1940s, 50s, obviously a buffalo, V-nickel, and I'm just scoring them. It's like a little mini battle between 2 people I pulled from chat. Just kind of a fun way to search some rolls. Get everybody kind of involved. Two. So, or if we find anything like really especially nice or any errors. What's this thing? That is beat up. What is that? A 2022, man, that thing is torn up. Alright, so we have, what did I say? 1. We got the 1 for the 40. Alright, 1 point. That's all you gotta beat. Shouldn't be too awful hard, right, Don Juan? Yeah, it's probably that chat overlay. I'm sure it uses up a lot going through those extra servers. That or I'm pushing too much towards YouTube. I need to maybe reduce the frame rate. 2007. Oops.
I want my $2.
There's 1941. Looks like an S, maybe? Yep, 41. So we're tied 1-1. P. Beat up 23D. Oh, there's 1940. 1940. No mint mark. Don Juan, you'll be the winner. And moving on. Congrats to you. Maine had a roll. Yeah, Furry Plants and David Carlisle. If you're still here, I'll do a battle between you two. To even this up. Or wait. Or Lisa D. Yeah, you haven't had a roll. So whoever wants to grab it. Lisa D. David Carlisle. Furry Plants. Whoever wants to claim one of the two rolls. So I can even it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I need 6 winners. He just jumped in and out. Dagger. Okay, Dagger hasn't had a roll. So Dagger and Lisa D, you're both here. Dagger, you're first. And our winners roll right there. Dagger's up first. You're now in the tournament, Dagger. Here we go. Yeah, it's kind of nice. There.
21 gigawatts!
That's a pretty nice one. 24p, we'll count that. First one we found. 71. Shiny one too. And alright, chat will have to decide, is this an error or not? We have
Funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh.
no one wants to chime in, I'll call it nope. They're saying no. Not a total error, huh? Too early. Nope, nope it is. I heard the nope first. Alright. Dagger, you have one with the 24p. Lisa D, you're rolling.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Good luck. Lisa D's pretty lucky lately. See if it'll continue. Maybe, maybe not. 75s. Oddball looking. $75, no mint mark. All he needs one to tie. It's hard to believe you can't find just one silly die chip when you need it. So sorry, I don't see it happening, Lisa D. Sorry. Dagger moves on unless there's a chip on this wall. Nope. Alright, Dagger, you move on to the next round. Alright, Wayne and Ron, if you guys are still here. And then it'll be Rebecca King against Woodsy. Oops. And Woodsy, move up. Wait a minute here. 1, 2. I added too many people. I don't know. Then we'll do Fleabag and Don Juan. And then Dagger gets a bye. So we have 2. And 2. Yeah, okay. There we go. So Wayne and Ron, you're up next. I may have just enough rolls to do it too. May have it. Alright, Wayne. They did. They ended up making, so my numbers are right. In the last week of December, let me pull it up. They did. I just looked the number up yesterday too. Bit.gov. But I still count it as a low. And Nightbot. But actually, I'll just do a whole screen capture. So you guys get the whole thing. It was, I think they only had like 8 or 9, I want to say. And then they produced like 30 million or it was something insane what they produced last week of December. And pumped them out. But the Denver ones still remained lower. Here we go. Okay. Nope. Let's do the production figures. Circulating coins. Coins for 2024. Here's your circulating coinage. So the nickels right there, it was like it was, I want to say it was like 9 million or something before like the last week of right there, 36.72 and 32. But if you go to the previous year for nickels, look at that. 734,692,000,000 nickels, and it drops to the 30s. So yeah, that's a low mintage year. And then let's see what they've done so far this year. Yeah, see, look, this year so far, we're not even halfway through the year. 112 and 118 million. So yeah, that's a low mintage year, which makes me say I should keep the boxes I have because they'll be valuable. That's crazy. But yes, they did pump them up, but they were still low. If that answers your question. If that answers your question, sir. All right, Wayne and Ron are both here still, I believe. Let's see if Wayne. Let's see Wayne's name. Wayne, are you still here? Yeah, I see your name up there. Foster's joined the group. I saw. Hey, Foster's. We're gonna go ahead and mod you up. There you go, buddy. And make sure everybody can do redeems still. Everybody's here, anyway. Yeah, I think everybody's good. Oh, we had a none right there. Who was done? Who was done? I saw it. Freaking awesome. There you go. You got redeems now. Freaking awesome. If you're still here, you have been turned on. Don Juan, I will turn yours on. Dagger. Okay, everybody should be good on redeems as well. Welcome, Fosters. Hey, it works now, Don Juan. Why don't you say something earlier? Did I not catch it?
Rambo killed him, la 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 yellow bug.
Nice. Box of 24p at Walmart. Huh? My sound is turned all the way up. Let me turn the application audio down a little bit, hopefully, and the microphone's right next to my face. Is Wayne still here? Oh, no worries, man. You may be there. Okay, there's Wayne, and then Ron's here. All right, Wayne, you're first. Well, actually, let's see. Foster's, you're here, so you will battle Dagger at the end here. Right now it's going to be Wayne and Ron, Rebecca and Woodsy, Fleabag, Don Juan, and then Dagger and Foster's. So this one's Wayne. And hopefully I got enough nickel rolls to get us through. We'll see. Ooh, there's some gray ones in here. We'll see. We'll see. 21s. So what, you can buy your boxes from Walmart? That's... I don't know, how do you do that? Hell, I'll go to Walmart and try to buy some boxes. That'd be pretty cool. Buffalo for Robert. Or was there a bank inside Walmart? See, my Walmart doesn't have a bank. It just, there's a 64, no mint mark. So probably a bank inside Walmart, yeah. That's cool. They let you get some of them. And I heard rumors someone in our community got some 25 Lincoln cents. So that's pretty cool to see that someone's actually finding them. 0 points, Wayne. So sorry. Ron, here you go. All Ron needs is one. A die chip, a 40s, a 50s. Something interesting. 20. Nope. Thought I saw one there on the roof. I did not. There we go. Alright, chat. Is this an error or is it not an error? What say you? Very early, but you can see it there to the left of the door on the wall. Let me get some favorable lighting. Too early or what? What do we got? That's really early. Oh, this says error. There's a little bit of a chip there, and there's just a baby one. So we got one. Ron goes on. See if we got any more to seal the deal. $82. Like to have another one just to be sure about it. Don't want the knife. Alright. So that one got one at the top. Let's see. Joey Brown! Hey, Namaste the Extreme Hunter. There's one on the dome too, so we got another one. Spitting image of me too, right there. Alright, Ron's the winner. He moves on. Rebecca and Woodsy. And who just showed up? Joey Brown. So Joey Brown, give me a guess on these two rolls between Rebecca and Woodsy. How many 1940s and 50s will I find between the two? Guess right, I'll give you a star note. Rebecca, you're up first. And then Otis, you can give me a guess on the next two people that do a battle. How many 40s and 50s will we find? You win, you get a star note. Is Rebecca still here? Let's establish that first. Otherwise we give her place away. She's here, good. Joey Brown, I need a number from you. Wow, you got 6 boxes of 24s? Wow. I don't have that many. I got surprised last night when I opened one up and it was full of 24s. But I'm not buying as many nickels. I mean, I used to be getting, when I was really trying to get the 24s, I was buying like 4 to 5 boxes of nickels a week. And I backed off of that. I just get 2 now. Email me, let me know what you got for them. I'd like to get rid of one. Not have to put it in chat. Joey Brown, you gonna make a guess for a star note or no? How many 40s and 50s in these rolls for a star note? I'll just go if you're not gonna make a guess. Rebecca, here you go. Rebecca's up first. Good luck, Rebecca. 23P. I think we have a die chip on the first one. Let's see here. There is a chip and a mark, but there is a small chip on the dome. 1. Rebecca, point right off the bat. 73s. 91. 77, no good. 22s. We have nothing as far as 40s and 50s. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Alright, we just had the 1. Rebecca has 1 point.
Rambo killed la 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 la.
Woodsy still here.
Lava-doodle yellow bug.
Yes, he is. I see his name right there. There we go. Woodsy. Looking for 40s, 50s, an error. That is not a strike through. That is a big gouge. But what do we think along this whole rim here, chat? Let's see here. Let's go back. Scoot it back some. Do we think that's sort of a collar error? Look at that line going all the way around. Alright. What do we think about that? Looks like a collar error. I say it's an error. Nice one. You don't find many of those. $64D. Let's check your RPM. No. 26. Let's see if we got one here too. May have another. Yep, got another one. Rebecca killing it. 3 points.
What you talking about, Willis?
She's on fire. Four. Well, Buffalo for Robert.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
And we calling this one an error. Let's see here. Real early. No. All right, Rebecca had 3. Good score. Or I mean Woodsy. Sorry, Woodsy had 3. Or no. Shoot, I messed that up, didn't I? That was Woodsy's roll. Or Rebecca's roll. I can't remember. 3. Woodsy's up. Nerds! Then who do we have? Let's see here. Fleabag and Don Juan. Are they both still here? So that was Woodsy 2. That. And 2. We're counting that as 3 for him as well. So Rebecca and Woodsy, we're going to do the number 1 through 20.
Hey, hey, who wants to play?
I'm going to write a number back here.
I want
Alright,
my $2.
Rebecca, guess the number 1 to 20. And then Woodsy, guess the number 1 to 20.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time? Shut up!
This is for Rebecca and Woodsy. It is tied 3 to 3. Rebecca says 10. Woodsy says 11. The number was 19.
Winner, winner, chicken
Woodsy,
dinner.
you win. Move on.
Boom.
Congrats to you. We got Fleabag. Don Juan. Fleabag is here. Yep. There we go, Fleabag. Good luck to you. There's a nice shiny one. What's that? 2023. No error. Oh wait, I can give Joey Brown, guess between these 2 rolls how many 40s and 50s between these 2 rolls. I'll give you another guess, Joey. Since you missed that first one. If you nail the number of 40s and 50s I find in these 2 rolls, you'll get a star note. What's your guess? Says a 0. Okay. It's not a bad guess. Lisa D won with a 0 earlier. She did. Not a bad one. Beep, beep, beep. 22 Ds. 16. Uh-oh, it looks like one right there. Would it? Nope, it's only a 60. Had that older color on it. No chips. 321. There's a 64. No mint mark. Buffalo for Robert. Uh-oh. There's a 41. D. 1941. Thanks for our Fosters. 1941. D. There's a 1. So sorry, Joey Brown. Fleabag has a 1. Alright. Don Juan. There you go, bub. Good luck to you. Alright. Let's see what we got. It looks like it's got a lot of old ones in it. 06. Come on. Can't even read a date on this one. What is it? Corrosion's so bad I can't even see it. But it's not an old one, I can tell. Come on. 20. Ooh wee, man, that was going to be a very large die chip. It was going to be very big. You can see the impression. I mean, you guys, well, it depends on what chat says, but you can see the impression that was going to be a very large. I can't get the lighting right on it. That was going to go almost out to the rim. You can see the little line way out there. Let me make that larger so you can see it. That's crazy big. Alright. There's a little chip there. Look how big that was going to be. All the way out. Man, I'd have loved to have found that coin. It was going all the way out to here. All the way out to this edge. That mark right there is part of that chip that was coming out. That would have been a huge one. Wow. 1-to-1. 1-to-1. That'd have been nice to find that nickel. And it probably happened, you know, several thousand strikes later. And Joey Brown, you lost because we had found the 41, but very close, guess. And we were doing 1-to-20 once more. Cross out my 19. Alright, so we have Fleabag. And Don Juan. I'm putting my guess down right here. Alright, Fleabag and Don Juan. 1-to-20. Fleabag says 11. Don Juan says 7. The number was 3. Don Juan, you are the winner. Congrats, moving on. Boom, boom. And this is a winner take all. Winner's going to get all these fines. We're about really close to a roll. There's several 40s and 50s in there. No buffaloes or crazy ones yet, but I mean, that's the stack so far. Winner's getting. Dagger and Foster's. Dagger, you're up first. Dagger and Foster's. Foster's. Good luck to both of you. And then while we're doing that, let me set this up as well. Run it in the background. Close. Let's refresh here. Active chatters back. And done. So I'm collecting active chatters again, names. Good luck, everybody. And so be active in chat, and I'll be pulling our 25 like winner from active chatters. I'm not doing anything that says 25 likes. Just be active in chat, and you'll be entered. And it's open to everybody. So it's a 25 like skull, but I'm not announcing it. So we'll keep the vagrant number of people coming in down. That way it's fair to the people that are here. Dagger, you're first. Good luck, buddy.
What you talking about, Willis?
And let's see here. Let's give, before we do this, let's give Otis, have Otis guessed yet? Otis, give me a guess between number of 40s and 50s we're going to get here for a star note. Otis, guess. That way we get you involved. And good luck to you. Otis says 2. Write that down. Alright, good luck, Otis. Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say anywhere between 0 and 3. Just from what I've been seeing so far. And then we'll look at these two rolls and I'll grab a name. I'll give 25 likes. I'm sure I can find something cool over here. Something cool. I got tons of stuff. What we got here? Damn, that's a beauty. Look at that one I found. That's why I like searching nickels, man. The chance of finding something good. Like really, really good mint state coin. Seems like I have a better chance doing that with nickels. Come on, we need an error. We need something. Got something there in the dome. I don't know what we got. Looks like a small chip up here in the dome. What do we got? Oop. Got a little die chip right there on the right side of the dome. It's a score. Dagger's on the board with 1. Dagger got 1 point. No 40s, no 50s. Alright, here we go. Foster's. Let's see what Foster's can get. Something, hopefully. $77. I thought that had a chance, just the color gray it was. $20s. 64. Check it out. No RPM. Uh-oh. Closing, getting lower. Do we have a little something here? Let's see. Make this window a little bit bigger so we can judge it. This will be a tough one for chat. Let me see if I can scope that in better. What are we calling that, chat? Smog. What are we thinking there? Early stage good? No. That's a point. Ron Pierce is saying early stage. Tied up 1-1. 1-1. Tied up. Early stage. So that shows you my little magnifying visor can pick up that little nuance in the light. 18. 79. 22p. Check out how shiny the doorway is on this coin. Like the rest of the planchett's kind of dark, and look how the doorway's like proof like. It was weird just the way it was shining in the light. There's nothing else special on it. Just want to show you that. Alright, we're doing 1 to 20 again. Good luck. A lot of them's coming down just the number guessing. And we have Dagger and Foster's. Cross this one out. Alright, we're going Alright, my number's down. Dagger, you're first. And Foster's. What are your guesses? Sorry, Otis. Yeah. Dagger 1 to 20 and Foster's 1 to 20. Decides who moves on. Foster says 3. And Dagger says 2. Unbelievable guess. Unbelievable guess. Number was 2. You took all against all odds. You could have said 4 and had every single number above that. Wow.
Winner,
He
winner,
guessed
chicken
2.
dinner. Boom.
Crazy. Dagger wins. Wow. Craziness. I'd have definitely taken the other number. Nice pick, man. Very nice pick. Alright, this is a 25 likes winner right here. Who Day. Claim it. 1 minute. Claim it, Who Day. Smogalaga. Where's Who Day? Uh-oh, where Who Day? There he is. Alright, Who Day. I will give you choice of... Let me get rid of our bot. Let's see here. I got a package going on. I don't know how many notes you already have in your little envelope. Hold on a minute. I want to make sure you don't have a lot. I don't think you have a lot in your envelope to go out. I'm going to check. Just to make sure. So right now in the envelope you have coming out to you, Who Day, there's only one colorized note in it. That one. So would you like another colorized note for the 25 likes? I'll throw you in another one, or a bow tie. Your choice. You want a bow tie or a a note. I'll just add it on here. Plus your choice, and I'll just add it. I'll make a choice for you. Note, I'll just put plus note. Congrats, 25 likes. Congrats, Huday. Congrats to you. Alright, we have now Ron and Woodsy. And Don Juan and Dagger. Ron and Woodsy's up first. Man, I might end out with just enough rolls to finish this thing. There's 2 more. And I think the final round I might have to use 2 quarter rolls. I am out of nickel rolls. So here we go. Those 2 and those 2. Alright, Ron, you'll be up first. Good luck. And then see if we're going to have a guesser. Who else just came in? Alright. I'm going to do put a 1 in chat if you want to guess. If you want to be the guesser on these 2 rolls. Let me set it up real quick for you. And we'll just put a 1 in chat. For if you want to guess on this roll. Going back. Keyword. We're going back. Keyword. Next. Next. Keyword will be 1. Done. Collecting entries now. Oh, wait. Smog's new in here. Smog guesses. Smog hasn't had anything. Smog, your guess. Sorry. We'll do it on the next rolls for 1s. So just keep putting 1s in. Smog gets a guess on this one. And Smog, what's your guess? How many 40s and 50s we're going to get out of these 2 rolls? Guess right. Get a star note. Well, Rebecca, you're the only one putting 1s in. So what's gonna be your guess for these next 2 rolls? Smog says 5. Holy cow, it's a big one. And Rebecca, what's your guess on the next 2 rolls? Smog says 5, and Rebecca says you don't have to put 1 in chat anymore. Rebecca King, give me a guess. 2. All right. And that'll be for Don Juan and Dagger. Smog says 5 on these 2. Alright, closing in. Ron, you're first. Woodsy, you're next. Good luck. Good luck to Ron. That one goes up there, and that one wasn't in there, was it? No. Alright, Ron. Good luck. And Smog says 5. He's going big. That's a pretty tall order there. Well, you never know. 8408. I'm surprised we hadn't found more, honestly. 83. There's a 1954 Denver. Where are we at? 54. Right there. Denver. That's 1. Buffalo. Not the kind we want, but it's a buffalo for Robert. .22D, pretty shiny except for that strike right on the chin. Alright, Ron, you had 1. Can Woodsy beat a 1? We'll see. Congrats, Woodsy. Let's do it. I think I can. We'll see what he can. I think I see an old one right there. What is that? Nope. Yeah, the other night I was searching them and I went like this and turned around and looked back. There was a buffalo sitting right there. 2015. 68 Denver. 2019. Always looking for those 09s as well. Nope. Oh well. I don't think we're going to be hitting that 5 number, Smog. 88, 22. No. Here's a 57. Right there, 1957. Denver tied 1-1. And there's your win right there, Woodsy. There's the win. Die chip. Woodsy wins. Congrats, Woodsy. You move on to the final round. Congrats to Woodsy. 3 more into the winners pile. Alright. This is Don Juan and Dagger. Rebecca guesses a 2. Don Juan, you're up first. And Rebecca has a 2 guess. Yeah, it's kind of overcast and rainy again today here. Nope, no chip on the dome. 23 Ps. I found a lot of die chips on the dome. Maybe a little chip on the dome. Let's see. We counting that little ding right there on the rib of the dome, chat? We counting that as a point? It's a little baby one. Microscopic. Let me look on my loop here. It's a little baby one. Baby. Tiny, but it's a chip. Congrats to you on that find. $77 Buffalo for Robert. And that was it. Just 1 for Don Juan. Dagger, can you beat just 1? That's all you got. Beat a 1. Good luck. Dagger's like, yeah, I got this. I can do 1. I can get a 1. I can get the 1. Alright, Dagger. All he needs 2 little die chips. That's it. 2 little die chips. Whoa. There's another one of those that would be a super huge. Just like that last one. Oh, there. It's got a little chip on it, but that thing would have went all the way out to the rim. You can see that line there. Dang. Right. You see that round mark out there? That would have been the whole die chip. It's a point. 1-1. Soup. No soup for you. 22 peas. Man. Decent looking D. We'll just throw that in for the winner. That was a decent looking coin. Good enough. Not good enough. Man, we're coming down to a guess again, I do believe. Oops. All right. One more guess. 1 to 20. Let me write one down here. Scroll the rest out. This will be Don Juan and Dagger. All right, Don Juan. Good luck. Guess 1 to 20. Yeah, I like Seinfeld. I watched it all the time. 9 for Don Juan. Dagger. 1 to 20. No soup for you. But Uh-oh, is Dagger here? 4 for Dagger. Don Juan 9, Dagger 4, number was 13. Don Juan, you are the winner. Championship round. Woodsy and Don Juan. All right. Let me see what I got. I don't think I have any more nickel rolls. Except for these 2024s. Let me look back here. I think it's the first time I've been out of nickels in a long time. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Haha. I forgot about this bag. Ugh. I got this bag full of rolls. We're all right. I forgot about those. We're good to go. We are good. Hey. So we have one. Hey, that one's not cut. There we go. Some are cut, some aren't cut. These two are uncut rolls. They haven't been opened yet. All right, Woodsy, your choice. I don't think soup. Which soup is not working? Let's see. Or maybe I have the command wrong. Actions. Let's see. No soup would be soup 2. Ah, the command is not there. So let's go to commands. Why isn't that command there? No soup 1. Command should be there. Okay, let's go back. Action. And then do the command. And no soup 1, right? Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's give it a test.
No soup for you.
There we go. Works now. Thank you. All right, Woodsy, you get choice, left or right.
No soup for you. Come back 1 year.
You didn't guess on 40s and 50s. You didn't get a right guess. We didn't have 2 on that, did we? If we did, I don't remember it being 2 of them. I don't remember pulling 2 40s and 50s. Right for Woodsy, okay. And saying yes and yes on those 2. Woodsy and Don Juan.
What you talking about, Willis?
Alright, Woodsy. This is for all of them. The winner gets all of them. Woodsy, if you win, I may have to trade you out for something I know I can mail. Because I don't, who knows what a roll of coins to your neck of the woods would cost.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Boom.
There we go. I just lost my cutter, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way, pull it off.
I want my $2.
There we go. Woodsy. Good luck to you, sir. A lot riding on just one single roll. I know. That's why I look at every coin trying to find those little errors.
The audience singing along now.
There's a little die chip. There's one, a 23p. Die chip on dome right there. So that scores. And nope, nope. Nope. Looks like you have just the one. Alright. Don Juan, all you got beats 1. Oh. And everything will be yours. And good luck. Couple of older looking ones in there. 2022. Oh, I thought that was a 39 there for a minute. It's 89. P. Come on. 1965. Beat up. Around Buffalo. 22p. Ooh. Nope. Come on, just one chip. One chip. '88. 2011. Oh no. Don Juan. I don't think he made it, dude. One last one. Woodsy, you won, man. You won it. Oh, shit.
Winner, winner, chicken
Woodsy,
dinner.
champion. Let the trumpets play. Where are my trumpet sounds? Victory trumpet for Woodsy. Wait, I totally knocked our chat out of the way too.
Nothing from you. Come back.
Woodsy.
1 year.
So, Woodsy,
I want my
it'll be easier for me to send you paper instead of that. For however long it takes to get there, a month or 6 weeks, I don't know how long. Would you like, let me see what we got here. And trade for those, let's see. I don't know what I have in here.
Danger, Will Robinson.
I
Danger.
can start finishing this one up for you. I've only a couple people have a reverse note. I'll give you that. And let's see if I got something else in here. Do you have any interest in star notes, Woodsy? Or no? These are some of my better ones. Is Woodsy still around? I still don't even see him. Those are 2013s. Find you a good looking one at least. That. So all I can offer you up, I'll finish this note up for you, Woodsy, and give you 2 star notes on top of it in trade for the die chips and stuff we have here. Thank you, sir. So is that a good trade for you, Woodsy? Or is Woodsy, yeah. Would you like more star notes instead of this? Or do you want this and the 2 star notes? Because I'll finish this one up. I just started it and then I glazed the edge of it. So you can see the, I don't know if you see, pick up the glaze in it or not. The shine. Hold on here. The whole edge I have glazed. But you can't pick it up. It's not shiny enough. Alright. There you go. I'm going to send you all these. That's a pretty decent note there. That's even better. That's got a little bit of a crinkle right there in the center, but that's all. The rest of it's good. That'll be our trade. Then I'll finish this up for you. Congrats to you, buddy. Yeah, your that note I sent you, Jolly Roger. Yeah, that turned out pretty well. I like that one. Sometimes with the paints and stuff I use, I gotta let them dry for completely for a day. Like this is one I'm making for somebody right now. This is gonna be eventually be a bow tie, because you can see like right here to right here there is no glaze. That's gonna be the folded part under the note, but this will be the part you see. That'll be the part you see. So these 2 edges are going to fold under the note like that. So it's going to fold like that, so you won't be able to see that part. So that's going to be somebody's. And then some of the different markers I use have an alcohol base to them, so they soak and weep right through the note. So it kind of makes it impossible to do a 2-sider if I use this type of marker, the real thick dark ones. And this one I was making during coining arounds thing last night. I was going to make this say like totally rigged in here, and I was going to put some stuff right here, but I didn't finish it in time, so that'll save that for the next time. That'll be another time. But let's blast out an EOS real quick, and the EOS will be this one. I'll finish this up. So this already has the glaze already over it with the blue. I'll finish that for the EOS. Open to everybody active in chat. So everybody start putting some 1s in chat, and I'll load it up. And good luck. Open to everybody. Open to all of you. And make sure I'm still set up for 1s. Yep. still set up for ones. Load her up. There it goes. It's collecting names. How did Forget-Me-Bot get in there? And he didn't put in a 1. The heck? Forget-Me-Bot. How did he make it? And thank you all for being here. Had fun blasting through those. I totally forgot I had all these nickel rolls, so I may just keep searching those. Congratulations, Woodsy, on the little impromptu mini battle. That was sweet. Picked his way through there, Woodsy. You picked your way through, and you made it. All right, we've got 16 entries. Let me see something else here. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I just want to see something else. Let's go to studio. I'm sure we got nowhere close to 50 likes. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all, but I just want to make sure we're not there, because if we are there, we need to do 50 likes on top of it. 16 viewers. Yep, we're all in. Just want to make sure that, because I can't see the likes from that screen yet. 33 likes. Yeah, we're not going to get there, so we'll just draw this name. Good luck, everybody. And this will be bot pop back up. And we're drawing a name. And you get to tell me kind of how you want the note finished. We'll see, Woodsy. I don't ever win giveaways anymore, so it's weird. I used to win them all the time. As soon as I became a live streamer, I don't win. Woodsy, boom, right there. You get another one. How about that? How about that for being a winner tonight? Woodsy killed it. That's awesome, man. Very, very cool. So you'll get that one as well on top of these. So I'll hook you up. And this will probably be, I've had some real nice designs I've been doing for people. Where's my phone at? I could show you if I knew where my phone was. I heard it beep a minute ago. There it is. I'll show you some. I've been taking pictures of everything I've been sending out. A couple of them came out real good with people's initials. So here's one of a person that has RW as their initials. That came out good. There's one I sent to Wayne. Wayne, I think you got that one already. I think you did. I still think that was one of the best ones I did. That was Blaze 420's note. That was awesome. I took a lot of work on that one. A lot of work. This is one I sent to Lori Camarista. She got that one and that one. There's that Yoshi note I did that I'm going to sell the Nintendo notes. That one. Let's see here. Yeah, that's how the two notes started before I even colorized them. I just did the center parts first and then worked around them. But these were difficult because I used paint. There was paint in the center so I could really make the color pop. So that was acrylic paint. There was no marker on that. Then this one is... There's a 400 subs note I did. I can't remember who won that one. There's Foster's Finds. I made one for him. getting back to some of my originals. There was a 3-note giveaway I did. There was sequential serial numbers. It was 3 notes when I did 400 subscriber little party there. What else? A couple of 400 notes. There's one I did, 2 of them that were actually together. I think Scrap Metal Racing won this one. He got that one for 400 sub giveaway. A lot of bow ties. I think that one may have been a Jeff Scott note. He just wanted a Dallas Star in there. And these are like some of the way back ones, my first ones. There's one I did at Christmas that the person never claimed it. There's one I did for Show Me Treasure. He's the only one that bought a $2 bill off of me. The only $2 bill I've ever done. And there's Toys for Tots one. You guys saw that on Coining Around. And where's one of the original ones I did? Oh, there's the Black Friday note I did. I just painted the whole thing black and put Friday on it. That was funny. That's one I did for Copper Owl. Black Friday. There's Tupac's note I did. Dagger got him one. That was one of his. These are one of the first ones I did ever. There's just a whole pile of them I did. I want to show that one. One of the first ones I ever did was the one I sent to Tyler. There's another Copper Owl one I did for him. That's the one I sent to Tyler Evans. That was all colored pencil, a Halloween note. And then some of the early notes I colored in on the note N-A-M-A-S-T and E, Namaste. I colored those in on the notes, the earlier ones. So they said Namaste on them. I thought that was pretty cool. That's one of the first like custom ones I did with the whole bill. A lot of the earlier ones were just like that. They weren't. See how you got N-A-M-A-S-T-E highlighted? Yeah, these are all like early on ones. That's probably one of the first ones I did right there. But a lot of you people have them, so there's a lot of them out there. That's probably one of the first ones I gave away. But a lot of people have them. A lot of people got them sent to them just for being good members or, you know, good viewers and supporting the stream. I just throw them in as a bonus on whatever I sent them. So, but the next round of stuff being mailed will be Ron, your big box is coming. Robert Worley, VMC, Smog, Tupac. They're the ones that, you know, that just they're the large ones that have big stuff in them that I have to send. Lisa D's got another little one starting. And then I got a bunch of little ones over here. So I'm gonna take a break. If people want to hang and watch me open some other stuff, I'm gonna do some like when I do a lot of searches, quick searches, I do this. I call them first pull coins. So it's the coins that I pulled out, and I'll just label them, and then I'll go back and look at them. So these are the best ones out of whatever boxes I've hunted. So those need checked for errors. I don't know what that one is. Oh yeah, so that may be a lot of that one in there. I've been finding, I think I found on this one, I think I found a double die, actually. So I may check a couple of these if people want to hang out. If not, that's cool. What time is it? It's already 2. Yeah, I might still stream and check these for an hour, but I'll be back. It's gonna be a little intermission, so whoever's here and hanging out, you'll watch me. We'll look at some errors and stuff. Everyone else, God bless you. Have a good night. Thanks for being here for the stream. I'm taking a little break. I will be back. I kind of figured you would. I did take a break. I went upstairs. I got some cookies and some milk. Break time. I think everybody else left. Let me see. Go back to my YouTube side. It says there's 10 people still here. Oh, Music too loud. Oh, okay. Yeah, it says there's 10 people still here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm taking a cookie break. Some cheap Walmart Twist and Shouts, double filled. Haha, Danny G. Bishop. I'll make you a mod. There you go. There you go, DGB. I mean, make sure you're able to, uh-oh. Here's the only problem with Streamer Bot. So when people, you know, programmers on the internet, when they write programs, you can reference in the program what are called APIs. It's an application interface. So it's whatever chunks of common code. So say I write a program, Ron writes a program, Rebecca writes a program, and we all use this same chunk of code that's common across the industry, like, you know, JavaScript or whatever. There's a big chunk of code. They call that an access API. I forget what it's called. Access something, or application something something. So I write the program and I just reference that application interface. But those people, like, so they don't get sued and everything, there's money goes to these people. So on the StreamBot program I'm using, it says StreamBot's YouTube quota has been exceeded. So whatever reference they use to tag into YouTube, so the redeems probably no longer work if you want to try one. It's the only downside to this program. And it doesn't reset until midnight tomorrow. So like when I do a long stream, yeah, it probably won't work. Let's see. Yeah, see. And that's because of this. I'll show you a picture of it. So like for really, really long streams, I need to be on earlier to have access to these. So if I hit window capture, window, okay, here's what it looks like. Maybe. Oh. Display capture, sorry, I hit the wrong one. So yeah, when this little thing pops up, you know, all the stuff's done, so that's why you gotta knock it out early. And that display, okay. So see the little window there, Streamer Bots, YouTube, that thing in the center right here. So that means all my commands, all these commands I wrote and all the little programs aren't going to work. But it tells me. So I don't even know if this is still active or not. Probably not. It's probably not even collecting names anymore, because it doesn't have Rebecca's name in there. So at some point during the chat, it might have knocked out and I didn't even know it. So I can disable that for now, because it doesn't work. But does my other chat work? Let me see. Does the chat overlay still work? No, the chat overlay stopped working too, I think. Yeah, it froze. So that also so that part of the program also references that. So when I run out, it runs out, I guess. Yep. So that no longer works. I can stop running that too. Boo. That's something to take note of. So I don't need StreamerBot running. Alright. I can get rid of that. Get rid of that. We can look at some errors. Get rid of that one. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. And get rid of chat overlay. We don't need that. And let's look at this guy. And then we'll do the my camera, the scope as well. Over here. There we go. I'm good, man. Well, nice to see you, brother. This is just kind of like a little after hangout. Nothing special gonna go on. I want to look at some. I was saying earlier, when I go through rolls, like I said, I go through a box of quarters. Whatever I have pulled out, I call them my first pull coins. So that's from a box I did April 1st. Whatever good coins I pull out of it. There's one from 420. Didn't write anything on that one. So these are like the best of the coins that I've pulled out of boxes. We can look at these again. And that's when I go back. Sorry, cookies in my mouth. But that's when I go back and I'll look more intensely for the errors or to reconfirm an error. Because when I go through a box, it's fast. But I have it all prepped out. So say like I got almost 2 full quarter boxes sitting right here. So if I was going to get ready and search them, I'd have all this cleaned off. I'd take all the quarters out of all the rolls and I'd have them just lined up in lines. So I can just keep sliding. You saw how I was doing it in chat, like, or when I was checking these out. The way I like to search them is I just kind of manipulate them like this and just keep scooting them. And what I'll do is on quarters where they're larger, generally I'll do them like 4 at a time. So I'll slide 4 quarters when I'm coming across with them. 4, I'll look at them, flip 2 and 2 like that, and just look at the reverse 4 at a time. And I'll slide them as I'm fanning these out for 4 more. But I was like, boom, boom, look at them, and it's sliding. Then I'll be sliding 4 more in. And it gets to the point you get, when you get a lot of experience searching rolls like that, it gets to the point where it's just, I'm just constantly feeding it, and the line just goes over here. And a lot of times I'll just have my dump box right here off to my left, and I'll just keep scraping them right into the dump box and just keep feeding myself. And if I'm doing it that way, I mean, I seriously can look at 2,000 quarters in 45 minutes. Easy. Now that's not, that's not going in and diving in and looking for every single little microscopic error. I mean, most of the coins I have programmed in my head, generally, well, let's take that back. An error can be anywhere on a coin. Any coin you're looking at, the error can be there. Any spot, any position. So, but I know generally on all the quarters where to look for the highest percentage of errors. Let's call it that. So, like if I was looking at this coin, this is the Kanaka Ole quarter. So if I'm looking at this one, I know on the reverse, I know to look right here. I know to look right there for a die chip. There for a die chip. And look in this general area for any grease-filled lettering. So when I get it, I roll it so the light hits it. And the light will make a die chip show up, or show up. And then when I flip it, I know on every single women's quarter to look for a chip at the mouth, a chip at the nose, or anything along the nose here, or die cracks on the bottom. They're common error points of this design. So that's when I'm flipping them, I just rotate it, and I'm looking for something to show up. Because you see how the cartwheel goes on there? A die chip. Let's see if I have one with a die chip that'll show you what I mean. A die chip will show up really quick with the light rolling over it like that, or cracks. And so that's when you see me just take a coin and you see me do like that real fast. That's what I'm looking for. The crack to show up, the die chip to show up. But now that I want an error to show you, hold on there. Okay, here's probably one. Let's see. So if I'm looking at it real quick. Okay, so this one has start of a chip. So I'll just show you how it shows up. So this one has So this one, let's get it up under here. Oh, not that. So this one has start of a chip right here under the of, and it's got a grease-filled die right there on the K. So when I'm looking at it, you get over here, and I'm just rolling it in the light. Stupid thing. Let's go to the scope. When you're rolling it in the light, you'll see that. So there's the chip I was talking about. So this is a grease-filled die on your K right there. So grease actually filled the die, and when it stamped this coin, it left this without any definition to it. And then see the way the lighting is underneath O and of up here, you can't see what's actually there, so that's why you've got to rotate the coin, and you'll see that blemish underneath it now? That's the beginning, that's the early stage of a die chip. That's why you got to rotate the coin in your hand when you're looking at them. So right there's the die chip. It goes up into O and F, see it? But you couldn't see that when it's down here away from you. It's still under a microscope, but it's not visible. See how it's not visible there? That's why you got to rotate them, manipulate them in your hand to see. It's just the whatever direction of the light. And you can see right there on her nose, I saw this just by rotating it, right here. You can see where, as I'm rotating it, a little blemish, like there's going to be like a pimple or something on the end right there. That's the start of another die chip that's common on this coin. So that's why if you're looking at them, and if you're first just starting out, have your light at one angle, turn it off, have it light at a different angle. See the grease-filled die top and bottom of the K? And watch, it'll disappear depending on what angle you have it in the light. See, that die chip or the grease-filled die is gone. But you got to rotate it up. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Now it shows up. So that's what you're looking for when you're checking out coins. Always rotate it. So I'll just do them back and forth. And there's a lot of minor ones. I don't really like. See, there's a little chip right there. This is common on these women quarter chips on the cheek, on the chin right here, and you're always gonna be able to find something around the nose. So just what angle you hold them at, and the more perpendicular you can hold a coin to the light and still see the surface. See how much more stuff shows up? So I'll hold coins almost 90 degrees to the light source, and then also rotate the coin, because you'll see how like that scratch in the hair shows up, but it disappears there, but shows up there. So if you're ever going to buy a coin just based on one single image or anything like on eBay, good people can hide all these scratches. Watch this. You can hide those scratches with just enough blur, and then the light source being a little bit brighter. So you saw those scratches on the neck. Well, if I take a picture of that coin like that, those scratches aren't even there, but I'm still able to highlight that die chip up by the nose. But those scratches are there on the back of the neck, and they'll say, you get coin that's absolutely, you get the coin in the photo. Well, they did a good job of hiding those scratches just by the angle of the light. And this is magnified, so you have to watch out for that. It's a magnified picture. I could take a picture of this coin with my microscope right now, and you wouldn't see those scratches that are right there. So be careful when you're buying stuff online. Let's look at another one. These are just some first pull coins. That's probably an S quarter. Yeah, it's an S quarter I found. Let's find us another little error I can show you. Oh, we'll get into these here. So this will be the Well, one of the newer ones in my book, because I haven't seen any 2025 coinage yet. So the newer ones I've seen are this Kalaska, whatever, the Indian lady. That's some of the newest ones I've seen. And oh yeah, I'll show you too. I also there's a little trick for you if you're searching a lot of. I know I've showed some people this, but this is a like a silicone that you get for baking or stuff. You know, you can set hot things on it, but it's sticky. So if I'm looking at the same coin over and over and over, I'll line them all up on a surface like this to where, I don't know, just, okay, here's another one. Find a couple of them here. I got just off the screen up this way, I've got a lot of error stuff. I'm sitting right here. Rolls of coins, giveaway stuff, little off-screen action. But say I'm looking at a whole tube of these, or you know, a whole row of them. I got some more right here under here. Yep, see, I know. I got some more. So I want to look at all of these, and it's a good way too to pull out your finer specimen coins. So you can go like this, and I'll just line them up. I can get 20. I can get 20 of them on this little thing. Let me make this bigger for you. So what I do, hide the cam. So I get them all lined up. I take my trusty little loop, and I can just go through them and just boom, boom, boom. Keep my eye in one spot and just move this, come over, and I'll go boom, 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 boom. Look at them. And your eye, when your eye is looking at the same thing over, same image, it's like one of those games that you could, yeah, it doesn't shift or slide. See? They don't move. And you can rotate them to get all your different lighting angles. And they don't move. So I can look at all the coins at one time instead of holding single coin, single coin, single coin in my hand. I can do 20 at a time. But when your eye is looking at the same image over and over and over, it's like those games that you play, you know, try to find the difference between the two pictures, you know, the one on the left, one on the right, you know, what's the difference? It's the same thing. You'll look through all these and go, hey, wait a minute. I've noticed that little mark on 3 other ones. So then you go back and look at them a little slower. And I have found errors that way just by looking at a lot of them at the same time. But I've made larger ones of these that will hold a whole roll of quarters that I can look at once. And if you make 2 of them, you take your next nonstick one, put it on the top, and flip the whole thing over. And now it's cardboard. It's a square piece of cardboard that I used red tape, but it's a thick piece of cardboard, and I cut this little silicone. It's a non-slip silicone. You see the grid marks on it, but I cut that piece, put it on there, and then just taped the edges so it wouldn't fray up. So if you had 2 of them, 1, 2, you put this one on top, boom, you flip your coins over. Now you're looking at the other side of your coins without, you know, having to go flip, 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 flip. Instead of flipping 20 at a time like this to look at the other side, I just went whoosh, boom. Now I'm looking at the other side of the coin. So that's a little shortcut you can do to help save you time of searching 1,000, 2,000 coins at once. So I've got a couple of these that are larger that will hold one whole roll of quarters. I've got one even larger than that that'll hold 2 rolls. That's kind of hard to flip 2 rolls fast enough that they don't fly. But you can use this, or you can use the, what do they call it? The drawer liner that you use for in your kitchen. You know, it's kind of got the waffle pancake looking. I thought I had another one sitting right here. It's the rubber drawer liner stuff you can get from Walmart. I used to use that, but then I don't know where I think I found a roll of this at my aunt's house. She had it forever. And I tried it and I was like, wow, that works pretty well. Let's see. So when you have all these too, it will also help you identify. I don't know how many of you in chat there have searched rolls of uncirculated coins, like full rolls. So when you have, let me plug in this other light and I'll show you the difference in the tone of the light and the difference it can make searching the coin. Alright, so right now you're looking at these, and I've got, there's 1, 2, 3 sets of high output LEDs. You can see the reflection of them, 1, 2, and 3 above me. They're little squares, and in those squares are multiple little LED lights. To me, LEDs, I don't know, they don't show true light. I don't know if that's the right word. But if I shut these off, which will be really dark. Okay, so there's dark, and right now that's just a set of lights that's behind me. So this is a different color. This is a halogen light. See how it shines a warmer color than the LEDs? So I'll search coins with a halogen bulb. I've never searched with a ring light, so I don't know. I just like the warmth of this. And then there's also another light that I found that I like. It's this bulb. It produces a different spectrum of light. It's I want to say, let me see what it's, I want to say it was for what? Suitable for damp locations. I want to say this was like a reptile bulb. Hold on a minute. Let me see the color. But it produces a pretty warm color that, I don't know, I found suiting to my eyes. And it's all what your eyes can take too, I guess. See how much warmer that is? It's like a dark. And when the bulb warms up more, so it gives more of a browner tone to the coins. It's not as bright. So you can experiment. Just go to the light bulb aisle and they'll have different spectrums of light and different, they call, different lumen output and different, what they call like the white color number or whatever. Some will say 6,000, and so this one was only, let's say 2,700 K was the white, the brightness number, 300 lumen. And I don't know what the output on these is, but these is are, so I start pumping those back in and see how white that light is. Which, hey, but just this, see how much that adds? Just that on and off. It fills it in. It fills in the white. So experiment with it, left and right. Sometimes I like the light to be directed from behind me, coming this way, like kind of over the shoulder, instead of it reflecting right back up at me from an angle like this. I like to light them up from the back side, and you just find what suits you when you're doing it. So when I have the whole tray and you're looking at it and you rotate it, you'll be able to pick out coins that have just a little bit more. Let me put them close together so you can see. I'll let you pick out the ones that you think are some that just have a little bit more cartwheel or a little bit more luster in them when you're trying to pick out, because what you want to do when you're searching a whole box of the same coin, yes, it is going to be boring, but you may be able to find like if I go through a whole box, I might find 3 coins that I'll keep out of 2,000. So when you're looking at them, that's when I'm rolling them, and I'm looking for which ones, you know, give them all equal distance, you know, as you're moving it from the same light. Because if my light's over here to my left, these coins are getting more light than these coins. So you can't judge it that way. Keep them all when you're looking at this row. Move it a little bit, look at this row, move it a little bit, look at this row. And you just rotate it, move them around, upside down, side to side. And there's going to be 1 or 2 coins that just pop out that are just a little bit better than the other ones. Have a little bit more zap or zing to it. So when I find that, I'll take those 1, 2, or 3, set those to the side. And then that's what these rechecks, that's how these rechecks get built. So I'm pulling out the best of the best. So on this quarter, here's where your errors, here's where the errors are that I found on it. This is the Zan, whatever they call her name. The Zitkala Sa quarter. Zitkala Sa quarter. So, we'll go to the scope. And I'll have a whole stack of these, and I wish I had a camera that would rotate over. So behind me to my left is another table that has a tray that measures, I would say, 30 inches by 30 inches wide by 2 feet in depth. That entire tray is filled with quarters lined up, all different ways of me, all filled with these first pull coins. So I need to go back and look at all these. So, and I have them in these trays. This is how I keep it organized. So I'm industrious little bee sometimes. So I make these. This is all cardboard I've made. And these are all air coins. These are all the Mary Edwards Walker that I need to look at for errors. Every single one of these is Mary Edwards Walker. And then these are the ones I've already identified certain errors on of the Mary Edwards Walker quarter, the new ones. And these all have confirmed errors on them. So as you can tell, see how some are nice and bright and new and some aren't. Well, that's when I'll go back through these and I'll pull all the ones that look uncirculated, and those will be the ones I'll use for giveaways and the ones that I'll sell to people. The ones that are super worn out, that look really heavily circulated, they'll all be tossed in like lots that I'll sell, like lots of, 30, 40, 50 air coins. They'll get the lesser of them. The people that get the gaw wins and the ones I sell will be all the best of the best. And even if it's got a big error on it, if it's got a distracting scratch or a mark on the coin, I won't sell it or give it away, because I wouldn't want to receive it that way, so I don't want to give it away like that. That's just how I'm anal about that. But I want you all to get the best of what I offer for the giveaway. So this is what I do all in my spare time. So here's a whole nother tray. Those are all first pull coins that I have to go through and look at. These are all the same ones, same one, same one, same one, same one. See, so that's this Zitkala whatever that we're looking at. Right there's a whole nother stack of them. So the big tray back there that I was talking about has these organized, that it's all back there, that, it's a, yeah, I'll get to it one day type thing. Well, I need really to get to it one day. So we're going to go through a couple of these and I'll show you what we're looking for. Yeah, so on that tray, there's several of the little squares and whatnots. So here's your Zitkala Allah whatever quarter. Let's put the scope back up. There we go. And where are we at? Scope. Move her over here. Get it larged up. Boom. We can see what we're looking at. Cut that light back a little bit. Alright, the errors I found on this one are... So when I'm first looking at the coin, I'm looking right here at this diamond. Then I'm looking over here at the bird. So right there, that's a die chip on the bird. Then I'm looking down here on this belt buckle or whatever this is. I have found die chips here and die chips here, and then die chips on the top of both of these. Kind of looks like some doubling right there on the hand. Kinda looks like it. See, but that could just be the angle of the light, because see how that's a contour? That light could just be bouncing off that contour, which, see how it disappeared? Looks like doubling there. No longer looks like doubling. The light will fool you. Gotta rotate the coin. I mean, check, double check, and double check. Rotate the coin. Because looking at it at this angle won't look the same as if you're looking at it at that angle. And even under the microscope, I'll try to roll it just a little bit. I'll just lift it up. It looks like doubling, but is it? See, now if you look up here top of the hand, see how, look at the shadow. And it'll go away, disappear. See how it disappeared? Just with the shadow of my instrument in the way. So it's one angle of some light that's bouncing off of here, or a lot of times when I do the scope, I'll cut all other lighting out of the room. Anything that will have some sort of effect on the way that coin looks. So right there, we have die chip on the bird. Okay, let's look at the next one. But this was, all those points I showed you would be something I'd be looking at with my loop, just going up and down the rows really fast. I would already be done looking at the errors of all these coins. So we're looking at the bird. Bird looks okay. Looking at that little square or diamond up there. And as you're looking at these, just let your eyes kind of drift across any spots that you think might have a potential for the die breaking or messing up after a million hits. You know, because I can't remember what they said. I looked up some stat. It said they press so many 100,000 an hour that these things are just flying through the presses. So something moving that fast with that much pressure has a lot of potential for something messing up and damage. So we're looking here at the buckles again, or whatever that is. You know, look at all the diamonds. You know, little squiggly stuff like this, I'll pass. Look at the lettering. You know, just kind of see, do any letters look shift more than the other ones? You know, just quickie. And once you get your eye trained and you get better and better at it, and then I told you, like on the women's quarters, always want to look here around the nose, the nostril, the mouth, behind the ear, behind the head. Feed finger lines will show up here. So let me show you that one coin that I had for our... So here's the quarter I had as the picture of the thumbnail for tonight's stream. So I will show you the feed finger lines, which are right here behind the head. Let me get it focused for you. So right there behind the head, see those lines? Right there. Those are feeder finger lines. The jokes don't work. The bot's off. So there's feed finger lines right there. And those generally will continue through the ponytail, which you see right there between the ponytail and the neck. And then they'll also, a lot of times, continue right behind the ear, which you can see just a little bit right there. Later, Fosters. And then on this man killer quarter, you also want to look at the eye, because I have found them that those feed finger lines from way down there come all the way up here, and I call it the laser eye error, because those feed finger lines come from here and shoot straight out. So on this one, you also got the die chip right there at the mouth. Then you got to rotate it and look, and you'll see a die crack coming all the way up from the chin to the nose and the nostril. But you got to keep rotating it. So there's your die chip on the edge tip on top of the nose. And if you look around the rim of the nostril, there's the cracks going to start showing up. It's right. It'll be right here on the edge. There'll be a crack right there. And that crack comes all the way down and works its way out to the chin. But you have to look at it at different angles. You can't identify this error with just... So there it is. Right there's a crack. It's an early stage. But when you start rotating that coin, see how much actual contact marks and everything show up? You don't see any of that when it's back here. It looks like a nice lustrous coin. You know, boom. Look at that. You're like, look at it. Look at the beauty. You know, you don't see all that. It's the tricks of the light. Now we go back here. Spider webbed on top of the head. A spider web of cracks. Let's get here. So you see all these die cracks on top of the hair. And then you'll see in the corner of the inside of the A, there's a crack that starts heading out towards the leg. But back here, when you're looking at the coin and it's back here, you don't see these airs. You have to know they're there. Because this is like a mint state, shiny looking quarter. You have to know what you're looking for. Like, you can barely pick up these cracks that are right there. Right here, right here, right here, right here. And they come down, they go all the way over into here. But you have to know what you're looking for. And see, that crack to the A doesn't show up until you rotate it in the light and you rotate the coin. Still doesn't show up. But we saw it plain as day when we were up there magnified on it. When it was up here, you could see that crack. I'm not even reading anything, buddy. I was just looking at the... I was just showing y'all what I look at when I'm looking at these coins. There's a good shot of it. So that's just a spider web of cracks right there in her hair. All the way down. And then right here is another known spot. I'll show you some more of these that actually develop the die chip. So at this point right here, that little low point, that will fill in with a die chip later on. But you can see how the crack just works its way around it. All behind the hair. And this is the coin that if you find, I know I've showed it to you people before. It'll develop all these cracks on this will develop a double on both sides. The coin, the die splits in half. And I found one sorry. It's kind of hard to keep it steady. There's your crack up into the A. Let's go to the back of the hair here. Let's see. Starting to fill in a little bit on that die chip that I was talking about right there. I know this is an older coin we're looking at, but this is what you got to do. If you're looking at a whole roll and you find an error, there's bound... Oh, that's a good shot right there. There's bound to be more of them in those rolls. It's just how fast. Look at that big die chip right there at the edge of her forehead. That's a big chip in there. And then that will develop into this one over here. Find you one. Got one in here. So this is how many variations of this coin. This Wilma Man Killer has tons and tons and tons of errors. So here's another one. So all those cracks. See how this doesn't have the same spiderweb cracks? But look, that developed into a huge die chip on the top of her head. So a couple years back, this is a 2022 quarter, a couple years back, I had a whole box, ended up with like, I don't know, tons of rolls of this exact error. And did not find anywhere else on the internet. And it all depends on what type of collector people are. You know, some people collect the minutia, some don't. All depends. So, then you gotta ask yourself, do you want to be this type of collector? Or do you just want to be the general collector? Do you want to be the guy that supplies the supplier of the collectors? You know. So I sell a lot of this stuff in just lots of, you know, I'll sell, if I find one whole tube of this air, I'll sell it to somebody that likes selling them by the singles. I don't like messing around with it. I like getting rid of a whole bunch of them, giving somebody a deal, and that's it. But I won't even look at these with the scope. I'll do all this by hand. I'll look at it with a loop. Scope takes too much time for me. Then I'll look at the buckle. If there's anything there, yep, little chip on the bottom of that buckle right there. So that would, I'd file that under a different one. You go to the next one. One after the other after the other. Nothing, nothing. And come here, nothing. Look it over here. I think I found some doubling though on these earlier. I just need to find those coins. I'll zoom in here. So I just think you can get too much zoomed in on them, like at that O by the P. I think you can zoom in too much. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, man. And the O's look turned. They look like they're kind of, hold on, it look like they're kind of sideways. You know, and I've got to just rotate. I mean, it looks like slight doubling to me. You know, and if I get too bright with the light, I mean, look at that S. That looks like splits to me. On that O. That looks like doubling. Look at that U. But is that doubling or is that machine doubling? You can see well, look at that A. Holy crap. I don't know. Bottom left of the O, which let me rotate it some here. Yeah. That one definitely. Holy crap. Yeah, and look at that S. Wish I could hold that right there and to get a picture of it, dang it. Alright, there, let me shoot a shot. Boom, got a picture. And I get a shot right there, the C and the O. I'm taking snapshots of it too while I'm doing it. But did that move down here any? So I just think that light can mess you up. Just whatever angle you're looking at. Like that N looks like it, but the T, but that's because I'm looking at it at an angle. Damn, look at those initials. That shit's shifted right there. Artist initials. That S looks like it's, I don't know, or is it blur? It's really hard to tell, man. I think those initials are out, definitely. I don't know, guys. Something looks off. I mean, this is, I got the coin pressed right up against the bottom of the scope, flat. So that's supposedly a straight on shot, straight on view. But you rotate it some. I don't know. I may have to send them to somebody, just get a second opinion, get a couple of them, send them out. Let's look at another one. We'll see here. See if we got the same action going. I mean, it looks just like the other one. That O. And the O's are kind of turned a little bit too. They're not like straight up and down. Let me cut the light back a little bit there. Yeah, it seems like I can see two separate something in there. Next one. Look at the diamond. Good. Bird looks okay. Belt buckle. Okay. I don't know, yeah. The C, yeah, they all... You see this one, those artist initials don't jump out like that last one did. How they were really, really offset. Sorry to make you guys dizzy. Yeah, maybe it does. I mean, I got the coin pressed kind of flat. I don't want to put too much light on it, because then you start getting that hazed out effect. So let's look at this one at angles. Let me get angles here. Oh, that one's not as bad. They're right there. On the O. Alright, I'm gonna grab the other one again. Let me zoom this out. Okay, there's that O. And then grab that last one. Put it on top. Yeah, I think, yeah, that one's got a lot more shift in it than the other one. That O right there and the C on the ACT. And then we go back to the other one. Yeah, that other one, yeah, it's definitely popped out more than this one. Bird. Alright. We have the next one. Bird, okay. Diamond. Looks okay. Little sloppy. Yeah, this looks like a crisper strike. I don't know. You guys guess as good as mine. As far as... Yeah, this one's a lot cleaner. Compared to those other ones. But if you look at that O right there, kind of looks like a little bit of a shift. You know, the circles of the O's aren't round. They're, you know, everything's moved a little bit. You know, and the lighting sucks. I don't know. So I'll show you some of these other ones here. These the Mary Edwards Walker one that people were talking about, the doubling on her, the doubling on the S and everything. Hopefully one of these will have it. So this is the one that we're looking at for... You're looking at the letters here on the side, which with the loop I can see. So these will have a lot of... This is the Mary Edwards Walker lady here that you know, this coin. So I'm looking at the between the C and the E, I look for chips. Between the E and the N, I look for chips. And then a couple of them, I found some real nice doubling on the outside of this S and like the 5. And then up into this A and C. But when you're looking at this one, you want to look for right here. Let's see here. Let me pull this out some and get the focus just right. So you want to look, where's my pointer? So right here on the edge of the hair, there'll be an indent, like dented in more towards this way. That indentation will be doubling of the hair that they talk about. Obviously, like I just said, the die chip and the C and the E. And then I'll show you several more examples. If you look right here on the shoulder, I'm going to show you multiple coins that have a little mark that runs parallel with this line here, but it's just in a little bit. A little mark you'll see on a ton of coins. And I think that has, I think that's some doubling too that nobody has pointed out. But then I also look over here. I look at the star. So a lot of coins I have found. Where's my pointer? Right here. I found a little crack from this star coming over here to the body. I found a crack. I have found multiple die chips right here on this star. And you want to look for any doubling on the star itself. I found a lot of them with the doubling here. And then several coins you're going to see. Later, Woodsy. A lot of these coins you're going to see like kind of like ghost drift lines or something coming off all these letters. So you'll see several examples of that. But like I said, I do most of my stuff with a loop. I don't do much scope work. I'm just doing this to show you guys so you can see it. Because I just like being able to manipulate the coin to the light and not working, you know, like this. It's difficult at times, but that is an error. And I was just getting roll after roll after roll with just errors like this. So I was like, okay, this is going to be one of those coins that just has a butt ton of errors. And the lighting will play tricks on you. So change your angle, change the way you look at it. No mark on the shoulder, no indent on the hair. Right there's a crack starting that I was telling you about, right from the tip. Let me get the right light on it. Try to, anyway. You can faintly see it. And that's just rolling it around and looking at the light. There it is. That crack's just starting right there from the tip of that star. And how I saw it, I don't know. I just looking at the coins, you kind of get a feel for like weak spots in the die. You know, when devices are just too darn close to each other, and they're like between that S and the top of, I'm sure you strike it enough that something is going to break right there. It's too close. So that's what I look for. Just look for details that are way too close to each other. Not spaced correctly. You'll pick up. I'm sure I'm going to find an error I haven't seen before. I appreciate you, Woodsy. Nice wins tonight, brother. Nice wins. So we'll just do a quick flip. Look at the nose and stuff over here. Surfaces are pretty nice on this quarter. Just generally speaking, you know, there's not a lot of pits and stuff in it. Okay. So yeah, I'll just do one after the other, looking for that doubling. Nothing there. There's that mark on the shoulder I was telling you about. You're going to see that on several coins. And I know it's just not a fluke because I've seen it on so many right there. That little faint line directly under the C. You'll see it repeated over and over and over. That has to be an error of some sort that nobody has pointed out. Because I'm sure I'm going to grab another one. So this one's still here. I am sure, proof positive, I can find another one with that mark. There's a mark right there on the shoulder. And with a chip between the C and the E. I'll grab another one, put it on top. There's that mark on the shoulder, real faint. But see how it's there? I think that's doubling as well. Has to be. Oh, cool, man. Glad you got it. I believe it was Star Notes I hooked you up with, correct? A couple extra for your collection. You got it, man. God bless. And thanks for being part of my stream, bro. Appreciate it. And you can just tell the luster on this coin. It's nicer. Just the way it looks. How them Latinos say it. Muchas gracias. No, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm about done here anyway. I was trying to find one that had that doubling on that S. But this one, does it have it? No. Yeah, this is what I do, Otis. I look for them, start to try to identify them. Now see how there's a little bit of an indent starting right here at the back of her hair? Right, let me get it focused in there. How it just steps in just a little bit. That's the beginning stage of the doubling they're calling in her hair. See, but if you start tilting the coin, I mean, now you start looking at that 2. Okay, is that 2 doubled as well? You know, I think the angles will fool you. There's that crack still right there between that point and the chest. Still there. a developing crack of sorts. We'll find one of those die chips here in a sec. Now, do you see how the... Okay, how... If you go back to this one... So I'm going to the one below it. Look at the surface of the metal. Hey, there's a little... I thought that was a die chip. So you can kind of tell what die state is by... See how the metal doesn't look super smeared? But you get here, it's like you start to see streaks in it. Alright. Like you could see like the metal running east-west. And that's what the die is starting to get worn out. And it'll eventually develop in, I call them like halo coins. But they develop these little white halos around them that, see how that one, the smearing isn't as bad. So look there, see how there's no line on the star, there's no crack on that one. So this is a different die than the quarter that was under it. No saying I pulled these all out of the same roll, but they've been piled so many times. Surface has a little nicer luster. But there's no mark on the shoulder. Yeah, me too. There's no, there's no break on the shoulder. So I think that shoulder one, there's a certain die pair or something with the shoulder. I'm trying to show you one that has the S that I found doubling. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. They were few and far between, but I should have sold them when they were selling like hotcakes. Nothing. No doubling on the hair. Then I go over here. Nothing, nothing. Nothing. I go here. Here's one. CE. Chip. See, there's a little something happening there on the S. Let's see here. No, I guess not. Alright, I think I'm going to get ready to hit it. I can't look at a lot of coins under magnification like this. I just put them in rows and bam, 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 bam. Do it. Done. And I may, Ron, I may start, before I roll up all these nickels, I may just shoot a run at it and see. I mean, that not pick like the best of the best, just go. I mean, so what do you do? Like when you're doing a, trying to fill a folder or fill a, hold on, let me get this out of the way here. What is this? Scope. When you're doing a folder or filling a book, I don't know, what do you call these things? Folders or albums? So you'll just go through it and just fill every single one of them and then go back and try to upgrade them? Or do you like go through and try to find the best of the best right off the start? Take the best of the best. Don't waste your time filling it until you get good ones. I thought that was a nice 2023D. Pretty decent. Nice fields. See, but the best of the best, I'll usually put in a flip. Or the super best of the best. You know, something like that. I don't know if I'd want to put that in a, you know. Do you put those in an album like that? Or do you keep them protected in a flip? Yeah, see, I don't have all that. I just keep all those in. I mean, that's a nice 76. Do you keep it in a flip? Or do you put it in an album? Or so your album is, yeah, see, you flip those, okay. Flip the really nice ones and then, you know, don't have a lot of marks but look like that. There's a nice one too, nice 67. That's what I love about nickels, man. You can find those in circulation. It's sweet. Well, here's, I don't know who's still with us. I'll share another one of my tricks. one more trick before we go to bed. So when I'm rolling coins, because my bank requires me to roll them, so I made this little device here. It's made out of medium density fiberboard, 3/4 inch. And so I just had some scraps of it. I think this might be 1.5 inches. I don't know what that length is there. But I cut 1.5 inch pieces and glued them together, and clamped it. So they make V's like this. And then I just put a little piece of cardboard here on the back and drew a little line across it where that's a 1/4 roll. And so when I set it down, I'll usually have here's another trick on top of a trick. So if you use a bowl like this to hold the coins you're getting ready to roll, hey Lisa. So use a bowl that you're getting ready to roll the coins. See how it automatically is putting these coins. All I did, I threw these coins in here, but see how they automatically want to start rolling up for you? They're already starting to. So when you go to grab them, and I just grab them like that, and I can roll it up against the side, you're grabbing a chunk that's already in a stack like that you can throw down in your thing. So I'll grab a scoop, and they automatically want to start rolling up for me. And then bam, you've grabbed a stack. And so I'll do that real quick. 2 hands is faster, but I'll just stack it. And I'll stack it real fast. And when I get to that red line there, let's do it like this. So, I'm just on both hands. When you're using both hands, you can manipulate the coins into just big stacks. And I'll just start going like this. And I'll come back, boom, and I'm throwing them in again, And when you do 4 at a time, so, I don't know, however many times when you get fast at it, slamming them all in, boom, you get to your red line or whatever that is. There. Get all the 4 of those, flip it over. You've got 4 that are already ready to go. And to save money, that's why you guys see me cut the tops off these things and push them out. Save money from buying them. I cut these off, push them out, and I reuse these and put a piece of tape over the top, send it back to the bank. Because I used to buy the 1/4 wraps in boxes of thousands for like, I want to say $2 a box, $3 a box. And when all that BS, with the COVID and the taxation and all this other stuff started hitting, that price went up to like $22 a box for wraps. I was like, no way. So I came up with cutting the tops off, pushing them out the bottom, put them back in, tape it up. Or you can use the tube itself and not even have to really count and measure the coins. Just shove them in. But you got to get good at it. Fast. And if you're not fast at it, you're going to hate searching coins. Go buy a roller. Yeah, Lisa D, I'll let you in on some secrets right there. That's how I do it. So I'm just bam, 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 bam. And even faster than this, believe it or not, is if, so that one, so right there. There's 4 rolls ready to go. So let me grab a tube. You take a tube. Let me just push one of these out so I can show you. Right here. So when you push them, that's why you saw me wearing a glove on my left hand tonight. Because you can't, well, I can't, maybe you can, but I can't, something about the gripping it and trying to push it out doesn't work. Like the whole thing wants to slide unless you kind of tap the roll a little bit and loosen them up. And then you're able to take it and push them out and still have the tube in your hand. But with the glove, the tube doesn't get all bent. So I'll grab that stack and I'll take the tube and then just push up like that, and all the coins go right into the tube. Flatten it up on the bottom, one tap, it's in. Done. And that's why I have this. I just tap, tap, put a piece of tape on it, rolled. So that's how I do it. That's how I roll them back up anyway. Done. And then I'll just have all these laid out, you know, on my table over here or something, just one after the other. Choop, 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 choop. Scoop them up, tape them. Scoop them up, tape them. And then I got an old piece of plastic like this, an old sign that I used, that I cut little marks in it. They're indented some. You can hear that. So I'll take my tape all the way across it, my 2-inch tape all the way across it, and just go cut strips like that. And there's one strip. Put it on a roll. Boom, like that. Done. So I've got 25 pieces of tape cut. 25's half the box. Anything to make it faster. Because it was miserable when I first started learning how to do it. It'd take forever to look at the coins, and I'm like, oh crap, now I gotta roll all these things back up and take it back to the bank, and then there's one bank I don't take coins back to because they stop and they will weigh every single roll of coins that I take to them. They take it out of the box, weigh it. Take it out of the box, weigh it. So I take them to a different bank and to speed the process up even more. So once I have all these coins in the box with the piece of tape sticking up, taped, I will put a number on every roll, 1 through 50, so they don't even have to sit there and count the rolls. They open the box, count 1 through 50, back up, boom, I'm out of the bank. Yeah, you can do that. You know, some people try using these. If you use these to re-roll, what are these? Diatrician coins with diatrician. So here's those halo coins I was talking about. So look how funky the surface of this coin looks. See how it just kind of looks hazy, got like a little halo on it. That is a slap worn out die making a coin. Oh. Sorry. Dirty fingers too, sorry. Here's one that's just looks like it's got a halo. See that halo on it? The halo around it, that's the dies are worn out in the metal. It's called cold metal flow that'll flow that. But the other trick I have is if you got a massive pile of quarters, like a lot of them, not just this bowl, not just maybe a box worth, 2 boxes worth or whatever, and you put the whole pile on. So sometimes I'll throw a towel or something on the bed, so you know, obviously you don't get your bed dirty with coins, but the bed, the surface, the mattress sinks in a little bit. That sinking in just a little bit keeps the coins piled together. I'll take my hands and go right over the pile of coins like this and just rock it back and forth a couple times, and the coins will actually start rolling themselves. I mean, they'll start, I don't know how to explain it. They'll start, maybe I'd have to shoot a video and demonstrate it. That's probably a good idea. That'd be a good video for people to watch. But see how this container makes them already want to start joining together? I mean, like there's a stack. See how there's just stacks ready to go? Stacks, stacks, stacks. Well, imagine being able to put your hands around it, going like this a couple times and rocking it. Now look at it. They all want to go together already. And so they do that, and you do that on the bed, on your towel. You don't even have to lift the coins up. So here's another stack right there. And they will start rolling together like this on the bed, to where you could just go like this and start just forming row after row after row. Then take your little container here like this and go right down the rows and scoop up a whole pile of coins. And you got to leave it, when you do the whole pile of coins, you don't go all the way to the top on these tubes. So right there, all the way filled, that's too many. You take one out. There's your roll of quarters. One short. So like that, roll it if you're really, really fast. And that's my tips for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I shared a lot of my secrets. This is how I do it, right here. Like that. They're already in fours. I'd pick it up. I try to minimize the amount of times I touch the coin. So if I pick it up, I don't want to put it back down, then have to pick it back up again. So I may just take these 4 and go flip it over real quick. Leave those 4 there. Fill it up with 4 again, flip it. 4 again, flip it. 4 again, flip it. And then go roll, 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 roll. You're already looking at it once, picking it up. Okay, you've already picked it up once to cut it out, push it out. Twice, you're looking at it. You've handled it twice. 3 times, you're stacking it. 4th, you're rolling. The least number of times you touch anything. Cooking, working on a car, washing the windows, washing your car. Anything that you can kind of conglomerate your time together and go, okay, do I really need to touch that brush 4 times or can I do it 3? Will provide efficiency to whatever you do. It's just not coins, just anything. And when you start approaching stuff like that, you go, wow. You'll start noticing the inefficiency of the way other people do stuff. It's weird. But I'm tired, people. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It was cool. We'll see you on the next one. I don't know what I'm going to do next. We'll see. I got a lot of these first roll coin stuffs. I don't know. Some people said they might have interest in it. Like I was saying earlier, these are all coins that I have pulled from my hunts and haven't gone back to recheck. So these are the best of the best out of boxes that I've done, and I've got trays and trays and trays of these to go through. So it might be a fun night just looking at the best of coins and not the worst of them, right? Love y'all. Stream's over. Go get some sleep. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate your help, brother. And thank you very, 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 very much for the gift. I'm going to start filling these suckers up, and we're going to see what it ends out with. I've never filled an album in my life of all the coins I do. So you're forcing me to do it, bro, so I appreciate it. Have a good night, guys. Chew made it back. What's up, Chew?